everybody. This is a movie to introduce you to OneNote. So OneNote is a product that's often overlooked, but it comes with your Microsoft Office suite, and it's a way for you to create an electronic notebook. So if you envision that a three-ring notebook on your shelf and you open it up, you usually have tabs, and then within tabs you have some organization. So what OneNote allows you to do is to take that concept and put it electronically. So what I have up here is a sample from spring, and this is just one way of looking at an organization of our folder, your notebook for class. So what I want to show you is across the top are, or you could be down the left side. It doesn't matter. I chose to have mine across the top, but it could be down the left, where, like actually visually it would be like a notebook. And so these are different tabs that you're going to create. And then within tabs, and so to create a new tab, you see the plus sign. Within a tab, you can have pages. And if you look here to the right, I have one that's just a heading of OneNote and then general information. Notice that it's indented. If I go here to Visio, that's all my material on Visio. A product comparison, Smart Draw, Lucid Chart. And so I want to start a new notebook and show you that. So I'm going to come up here and do File, New. And on here, in order to share this with me, it needs to be in a location that you can share. So I recommend that you put it on your OneDrive that you have as part of being a student of Stark State. So I'm going to browse, and I'll put it in my Stark State OneNote, and my new notebook name is going to be called, let's just say Movie Test. So yours would be whatever the standard are that I set up for you. So now this notebook is going to be created. Would you like to share it with other people? So at this point, I recommend that you invite me. So you would do invite people and type in my email address. I'm going to actually type in my personal email so I can just show you how to do that. And then I'm going to say share. That would send me an email, and it would allow me to look at your notebook and grade your notebook. So that's probably the easiest way to share. You can also share it in other ways, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to go back, and then here's a new OneNote notebook, right? Do you see how it has new section? So in order to, and if you picked a template, it may look different, and really that is up to you. I want you to play with it, figure out what you like and what's going to serve you best. So for new section, I'm going to say, let's just say Unit 1 and enter. So instead of that generic name, I made it something specific. So now this is a page, untitled page. As soon as I type something in this, so what did we have to do in Unit 1? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Let's say Visio. All right, so one of the techniques that I like to do is make a page that's just kind of like a cover page. You could certainly just put information in here, but what I want to show you is how you can add a page that's an indent. So we're still in the tab, but I'm going to create another page in the tab. So I'm going to add the page. So I now have a new page that's untitled, and let's just say comparison software, if I can spell it right. So whatever you type in here, is going to become the name. So now over here, I want to show that this comparison software is part of the Visio group. So over here on the right, one of the things that you can do is right click and say make a subpage. And then it indents it so that you can have multiple pages in this Unit 1 as main headings, and then multiple pages within each heading, okay? So then, you know, I would just put whatever that I want here. You can type directly in here, right? And the thing about this is it's a container, so you can move that container anywhere on your screen that you want. You can also insert a file attachment or a file printout. I like to do the file attachment. Wait a minute, which one do I like to do? So let's do a file printout. I'm going to go grab a file. So I'm going to say file, and let's go grab a file for, let's see, AOT 107. So I'm just gonna, It's gonna insert this document. Maybe. I shouldn't have picked such a big document. It's not responding. Okay, I'm gonna pause the movie. Okay, so I picked, unfortunately, a bad document. This is that document that you have about meeting minutes and best practices, and it's a PDF. And so to pull it in, it put each PDF page on a separate page here, right? So now here's the heading, and then each is subordinate to it. So you can actually put the document in. I'm going to go over here for a second, and then on this one we'll just put test, and I'm going to do a file attachment. So this one I'm going to pick, I'm trying to get something that's kind of small. It's a Word document. So I can insert the printout like in the last one, or I can attach it as a file, right? So if I attach it as a file, it's just a link. So when that underlying document changes, this changes, and I can click on it at any point and open it, okay? I have two screens, so here's the document that opened, okay? So two ways. You can attach a file as a printout, or you can attach a file as a link. File printout would put the document in there. You can also go, I'm going to go out here to the internet, and so let's say I'm going to do a little research on Visio. So I'm going to find a Visio site. So here's an example. So I can, back here in, I'm going to do this so you can see them both. So in this one, I'm going to do a screen clip, right? So I'm going to screen clip. It's going to take me to the document that I have, and I can just snag what I want to include, and it will tell me when it was taken, right? And so I included where in my screen clip. So that's a cool thing that you can do with your notebooks. You can also insert a, hold on a second, someone's at my door. Okay, sorry about that. So you can organize how you want. You can add new tabs up here. Within a tab, you can add a page, right? And you can make it indented by right-clicking, make subpage. Same thing if you wanted to, like if I wanted this not to be part of Visio, that's misplaced, I can right-click and promote, right? And then I can take all of these. So I did I clicked on page 2, shift, page 9, right-click, promote, and it brings it out a level, okay? So play with the information up here and try and set up how you think the class is best organized. So let's see. Okay, so here's another example. Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D. This was something we did, I think, in class to show an example. Let me show you another example. So this was one that was actually used for, this is an old one for our department. So in each area, we have things that we wanted to keep track of, right? You see it's an outdated one. Course coordinators and that kind of thing. So let's see if I can find another one. So all I'm doing is going here, and then all your notebooks would show up. And look at this one. So then this was an example I showed in class in the spring, how you could use OneNote beyond the scope of your assignment to organize your classes, right? So in each tab, you could have materials or assignments or your whatever that you could track. That's a really brief introduction. So go ahead and give it a try, and let me know if you have any problems or questions. All right, guys, thanks.